Let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself staring at a blank page, a project, or even just a simple task on your to-do list, fully knowing what you should do, and still, you couldn't start? It's a frustratingly common experience. You've made the detailed plan, you've watched all the productivity gurus, you've saved the motivational videos. You've told yourself, with conviction, tomorrow, I'll be different. Tomorrow, I'll do better. But when tomorrow arrives, and the moment comes to act, nothing happens. The drive isn't there. So quietly, almost unconsciously, you whisper a familiar word to yourself, lazy. But what if that label is not only wrong, but it's the very thing holding you captive? What if the real problem isn't a lack of discipline, but a case of mistaken identity? Stay with me for the next few minutes, because by the end of this video, you'll come to realize something profound. You're not lazy. Your identity is holding you back. Here's a truth that most people never get to hear. Humans, at their core, are not naturally lazy. Think about it. If you can lose hours scrolling through social media feeds, get lost in a spiral of overthinking late at night, or dive down a rabbit hole researching something completely unrelated to what you're supposed to be doing, you don't have an energy deficit. You have an abundance of it. What you lack is alignment. The word lazy has become a convenient, catch-all explanation when our actions don't line up with our intentions or who we think we should be. But if you look deeper, beneath that simplistic and damaging label, you'll almost always find something else. Fear of failure, hesitation born from uncertainty, or a deep internal conflict. It's not a character flaw. It's a sign that something is out of sync. So what is this powerful force steering your actions? It's your identity. Your identity is the collection of stories you tell yourself about who you are. Not who you aspire to be, but who you fundamentally believe you are right now. These beliefs often hide in plain sight, disguised as harmless observations. I'm just not a morning person. I'm terrible at staying consistent. I always fall off after a few weeks. I just work better under the pressure of a deadline. These phrases sound like simple facts, but to your brain, they are not just descriptions. They are rules. And your brain's primary, most primitive job is to ensure your actions align with this identity, to protect it at all costs, even if that identity is precisely what's keeping you stuck. So every time you procrastinate, every time you delay, every time you avoid starting, your brain quietly whispers, see, this is who we are. This is what we do. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. For many millennials and Gen Z, this internal conflict has a specific origin story. Does this sound familiar? Growing up, you were told, you're so smart. You have so much potential. These words were meant as praise, a source of confidence. But over time, they can create a fragile, high-stakes identity. Because when being the smart one becomes who you are, the very idea of failure feels dangerous. To try something and fail would mean risking that entire label, the core of how you see yourself and how you believe others see you. So, instead of risking it, you delay. You wait for the perfect moment. You overthink every possible outcome. This is the psychological phenomenon known as the gifted kid trap. From the outside, it's easily mistaken for laziness. But from the inside, it's a desperate act of self-protection. This is exactly why chasing motivation is a losing game. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are fleeting. It tries to change your behavior from the outside in. But your identity is what controls your behavior from the inside out. You can feel a surge of inspiration after watching a video or reading a book, but that feeling will inevitably fade because it hasn't rewritten the fundamental story of who you think you are. That's why the new gym routine is abandoned by February. It's why the ambitious new habit collapses after a stressful week. You're trying to build a new life, a new set of behaviors, on top of an old, outdated identity. And in any conflict between your actions and your identity, the old identity almost always wins. So how do we break free? The path to real, lasting change begins with a simple but profound shift in the questions we ask ourselves. We need to stop asking, do I feel motivated right now? And start asking a different, more powerful question. What would a person like the one I want to become do in this moment? What would someone who is consistent do? What would someone who finishes what they start do? Someone who shows up, even imperfectly? Then you act. But you act small. So small it's almost impossible to say no. 5 minutes of writing. 1 paragraph. 1 phone call. 1 single attempt. And afterward, You do something crucial. You look at that action and you tell yourself, that's the evidence. This is a vote for the person I am becoming. Because identity isn't built by thinking. It's not built by motivation. It's built, one small piece at a time, by proof. So let's be perfectly clear. You are not broken. You are not fundamentally weak. And you are not permanently behind. You are simply carrying an outdated identity, a story about yourself that no longer fits the life you want to live. It's like wearing clothes you've long since outgrown. And every time you repeat the word lazy, you are reinforcing that old story, strengthening its grip. But the moment you decide to change the narrative, the moment you say, I am in the process of rebuilding who I am, everything begins to shift. It won't happen overnight. It will be quiet. It will be slow, but it will be permanent. If this video resonated with you, if it made you feel seen, please remember this. You don't need more pressure or more guilt. You need a new self-image built on compassion and small, consistent proof. For more content designed to help you understand your own mind and grow beyond your perceived limits, this is Brain Ascend. And if this video helped your future self, even just a little, taking a small action like a like and a subscribe is another piece of evidence, another vote for the person you are actively becoming.